Hey, Colin, good to see you again today. Hey, what do you want to talk about?
Well, Steve, I was just wondering, as you know, I've been attending for a while, been a part of some groups, but how do I get involved?
Yeah.
What's the next step?
Hey, I've been meeting with a number of guys and gals just talking about that, and you know, one of the things I've been doing is I want to share with you the vision of where we're going, but I found it very helpful just to use a napkin and just a simple diagram to show you, hey, this is where we're going, and I'll diagram it, and you take it home, you think about it, pray about it, talk to your wife about it, and then just get back to me and say, yeah, this is somewhere I'd like to serve. But I'll just throw some ideas out. What we're seeing is that, you know, we are right now in a time of growth, and so we're seeing a lot of people coming into this weekend experience, and a lot of new people. I mean, just a ton of new people, you know, and so what we're going to do is that in the past, people were very confused. Where do I start? What do I do? We're going to make it very simple. We're just going to say one thing from up front, and that is go to Faith Foundations. And Faith Foundations is going to be for anyone that is new to the faith, they're new to Elmbrook, they have questions about the faith. We're just going to say, this is where you go, this is where you start. It's going to be on Sunday mornings, it's going to be on Tuesday nights. There's just a short little talk in the beginning to get it going, and then you're into a small group experience, and it just covers the basics. And so we're looking for some people to help lead those groups. We need some really mature men and women to do that. And I could see you doing that. And the exciting thing is that after a group is together for those 16 weeks, then we're going to launch them out into the community. And so we're going to group these people by geography, so when it comes time to launch out into the world, they're already close by. So that'd be one area you should think about. And then the next thing, of course, is what we call life groups. And life groups are just happening all over the Milwaukee area. And some of those are getting started here and then launched. Some of them are starting right out there. But in a life group, it's that place where you're studying the Word together, you're praying, you're serving, you're being accountable, you know, just the basic DNA of a group. And there's life groups for everyone, all right? But it's here where the discipleship is going to happen, and we're really going to encourage groups to go through the No Regrets study series or the Her Life series, and so again, what we're looking for here now is again some men and women who would be willing to lead those groups and to really invest their life into a small group of people, because our vision is to get every single person here connected in a life group. We just believe this is the optimal place for a person to grow spiritually. And of course, what's going to happen is we see just hundreds and hundreds of groups all over the Milwaukee area just influencing it for Christ. And so one of the things that's going to happen here is that through the discipleship materials, we're going to talk about what God is doing, what His mission is for the world, here, across the street, and around the world, and then help people get connected with that mission wherever God would call them. And so we literally see an army of men and women walking out of here every single weekend to influence Milwaukee. But many of them have never been equipped to do that. So that's the next piece. That is the Unleashed piece. And this is the new piece that we're developing right now. But what we want to do in Unleashed is equip and empower men and women to take their unique calling and to use that to influence the world in which they live. And we know that here at Elmbrook, we have men and women in all different areas, segments of the population. We have people in the arts and education and politics and, you know, and everything. And so what we see happening here in Unleashed is doing seminars and classes and getting peer groups together of teachers together and of school administrators together, of doctors together that then could learn from each other and sharpen each other and equip each other to do what God's calling them to do. And so as they're doing that then, is they're getting that training that unleashes them right in to the world and to influence.
So how is that going to happen though? How are they going to go from the Unleashed idea into the world?
Yeah, great question, and that's going to happen in a couple of different ways. One is we want to start these reach groups. And a reach group is where some people come together, just 1 or 2, 3 people, a small team, and said, we want to reach this area. So we might want to start a study in the 3rd Ward, or we might want to do something at Rockwell, or we might want to do something among teachers at the local high school. But they're going to target a specific area or a workplace or a school or a hospital. You know, I don't know where God's going to call them. All we're responsible for is putting them in a place where they can hear the voice of God, sense His calling, and then unleash them to do it. And so we envision these reach groups all over the place, just of men and women coming together and saying, let's do this together because together is better than alone. And so the beauty of this is that you have the city over here, and it's a city that is without Christ. But as we're releasing people into the world, all of a sudden now we have a city, but the difference is we have a city with hundreds and thousands of Christians who are saying we are going to be the church wherever God calls us to be. And I can see you being a part of that calling. And so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go home and start praying about and thinking about, is it a faith foundations group that you do want to lead? Would you want to lead a no regrets study? Would you want to be a part of the Unleashed, a reach group? I don't know where that is. But as you can see, what we're trying to do is we want to help people get in, we want to get them healthy, grounded, get them strong, and then allow them to go impact the world in which they live. So why don't you take this, pray about it, think about it, and get back to me in the next couple of weeks and let me know what you're thinking and where you might want to be involved.
Absolutely. Thanks, Steve.
All right? Great. Thanks for meeting, man.
Yep.